Shalom and welcome to another in our series of podcasts from Temple Beth Am, a dynamic center for conservative Judaism in Los Angeles. This is Meditation and Mindfulness with Rabbi Adam Kligfeld.
Hello to those who are here at Temple Beth Am in my office. Hello to those who are joining on Zoom, and hello to those who are listening via the Temple Beth Am podcast. It's Friday morning. We're within 2 weeks of Rosh Hashanah. Those of us who live by the calendar means hopefully we're in some kind of a heady place, neither fully overwhelmed by what's in front of us, but not ignoring it either. I say that both as a rabbi and as a Jew. The last line of the first aliyah of Parshat Ki Tavo has the following phrase: Hashkifa mimon kodshecha. Where Moses turns to God and says, Hashkifa, from the root shakaf, which means to see, like mishkafayim are glasses. Look out, God. Mimon kodshecha, from your holy abode. A ma'on is a living place. Even in modern Hebrew, me'onot are dorms. So funny how holy words for God's abode in the Bible becomes, where your freshman year is held at Tel Aviv University. Min hashamayim, from the heavens. So even though we have this idea that God is in all places, there was a notion even in the biblical world that where is God? Up, right? God is up. Uvarech et amcha, and bless your people. The simple pshat of that verse is, God, we need your bracha, your blessing. You're up there, we're down here. Look down upon us and bless us. Oh, Michael left. I hope you can join again. If I extract the language from the actual scene, something else emerges to me worthy of a meditation. You know the phrase in English that if you stare at something with eagle's eyes or look at something from the 60,000-foot balcony, you see it differently, right? We get caught in the weeds, caught in the details all the time. You have to live in the details. The details matter. But sometimes when you pull up is when you see things as they are, see people as they are, and maybe you have the ability to bless, varech, rather than curse. You're in an intense dynamic with a child, a partner, spouse, and the details are the only thing that matter. But if you could do what we ask God to do, hashkifa mimon kodshecha, can you look at this from up there, from a place of holiness? Because if you do, if you might look at your situation or that person from that aspect, what might emerge from you is a blessing and not consternation and not nitpicking and not gotcha. So I want that to be the source of our meditation, because as Shabbat comes, it's one more opportunity for us to say, however we have been this week, and we've all been imperfect this week, can we ascend to a more holy place and offer blessing because we see things differently from up there. So with that in mind, if you'd like, I invite you to close your eyes. If you haven't already, place your feet flat on the ground in front of you. Place your hands on your legs, either palms up, which is a stance of openness to the world, to this moment, or palms down, which is a gentle embrace of self. And just use these first moments of intentional quiet, intentional visual darkness, something you're doing not for sleep, but rather for a different type of wakefulness. Just breathe yourself into calm. Breathe yourself into wellness. Breathe yourself into shalom, into peace, into shalem, into completion. Breathe yourself into hashkafa, from that word hashkifa, into a new perspective. You can breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth, deepening the breath just enough to remind yourself that this is not only an automatic action, and extend the out-breath just enough that you feel that every exhalation is an act of generosity to the world, giving more than you take. You might feel your body transform in a subtle way, either a tingle, a sense of animation, or the opposite, a beautiful nothingness, a beautiful bodily emptiness, as your spirit is more alive and more full. You might feel like you are all body, feeling every sinew, every cell, even parts of yourself that you normally ignore. Or you might feel that you are all spirit, pre-Yom Kippur. You've left your body. You are all spirit. When you think of an interaction or an encounter this past week in which you were way down there, in the weeds, ground level, anchored by details, type of interaction that may have led to frustration, anger, disappointment about you or by you or within you. A moment that felt so real and so important when you were in it. You can let several such moments past your consciousness, or focus on just one, remembering every aspect. And now hear Moses pleading with you. Hashkifa imon kodshecha. Can you look down on that moment from way up there, place from which the view is clear, and you see a larger context, and you see what really matters, and how small, ultimately, that moment was. Min hashamayim. Look at it from the heavens, from a divine aspect. Uvarech. From way up there. Can you bless that moment? Would you have brought blessing in that moment if while you were in it, you were looking at it from above? Ashkifa mimon kochach. Gaze out from a vantage point of holiness. Uvarech. And blessing will flow. Ashkiva Mimo Kochecha Min HaShamayim Ashkiva Mimo Kochecha Min HaShamayim Ubarei Chetacha Ay, 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 et Yisrael. Ay, ray, 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 ve'et ha'adama asher natata lanu, asher natata lanu, asher natata lanu, asher natata lanu. Come back to the surface, or maybe the images you can come down back to the ground. And I'll share the closing meditation prayer. We can say it together. Everyone have? May we and all beings have happiness in the causes of happiness. May we all be free of suffering in the causes of suffering. May we all experience true happiness that has no taint of suffering. And may we live in great equanimity, free from burdening attachment to loved ones and contempt for others, but rather with compassion for all. May we and all beings have happiness in the causes of happiness. May we all be free of suffering in the causes of suffering. May we all experience true happiness that has no taint of suffering. May we live in great equanimity, free from burdening attachment to loved ones and contempt for others, but rather with compassion for all. May we and all beings have happiness in the causes of happiness. May we all be free of suffering in the causes of suffering. May we all experience true happiness that has no taint of suffering. May we live in great equanimity, free from burdening attachment to loved ones and contempt for others, but rather with compassion for all. Say to you all, Shalom, Namaste, Shabbat Shalom. See you soon.
You have been listening to another in our series of podcasts from Temple Beth Am, a dynamic center for conservative Judaism in Los Angeles. If you enjoy these podcasts, we invite you to write a review on the Apple Podcast site or wherever you get your podcasts. For more information about Temple Beth Am Los Angeles, go to tbala.org.